Funding to address the financial flows needed for adaptation and mitigation remains an issue of concern for the Caribbean. The region's leaders say developed countries should continue to take the lead in mobilizing climate finance from a wide variety of sources. Additionally, the Secretary General of CARICOM, Ambassador Irwin LaRocque, said there ought to be transparency in terms of the commitments countries make.
And I would hope that the commitments that the developed countries have made to provide financing are commitments that they will honor. And I dare add that such commitment to provide financing should not be tied up in all the bureaucratic maneuverings to access this financing. And we also feel very, very strongly that the vulnerability that our countries exhibit should be a major criteria for accessing those resources and not per capita income.
The climate change agreement signed in Paris earlier in December recognized the importance of averting, minimizing, and addressing loss and damage associated with the adverse effects of climate change, including extreme weather events. With climate change already affecting the region, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony is concerned that there is still a gap between what the politicians are saying on the issue and what the region's people believe.
There are a lot of people in the Caribbean who have not understood the danger that these islands face. It is true that they have experienced adverse weather systems, but they have not translated that experience into understanding that there's a change in the weather systems and in the weather patterns because of climatic factors. So we have to translate that to our ordinary people. There's one hopeful sign though, and that is to say the way the young people and the artists of the Caribbean have come together to help us to consolidate our position and to shape our views. Never before have I seen such a great partnership between civil society and the governments. This is an issue that has united us.
Ambassador Albert Ramdin, the advisor to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Suriname, said better communication is needed to address the gap spoken of by Prime Minister Anthony.
We need to communicate better with the people, with our population, the impact of climate change. It cannot be an issue of that it's distant from their life. It has to be conveyed that it is about their life and their future. So communication at the national level is critically important.
Detailed climate modeling projections for the Caribbean predict an increase in average atmospheric temperature, reduced average annual rainfall, increased sea surface temperatures, and the potential for an increase in the intensity of tropical storms. Desmond Brown, IPS News, Guyana.